Ladies and gentlemen, the Adult Baby Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 182 of the Adult Babies Podcast. I am B.
I'm Chick.
And my friends, we have a guest here tonight who came correct with notes and bourbon. Give it up for Pat Dunn, guys.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing, man. How are you?
You know, chilling. We're here. Thanks for coming on, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we really
big fan
appreciate
of the show.
Yeah, so you
That
listen?
was just the biggest shocker to me. He came in, he's like, I listen,
Yeah.
I got notes. I'm
He
like, oh
knows
my
who
God.
you are.
Yeah, he
He,
knows who I am.
I know way too much about your ass.
Yes. Wait, were you the
Don't
one who
know
wrote
way
that
too
review?
You were the one that told me that you heard Chick's voice early in the show.
Yes.
And how it's changed.
Yes.
Since my polyps?
I've been preparing for this, so I'm listening to older episodes. I'm like, oh, they had another guy named Chick at one point, I guess, but no.
Same chick.
Same chick.
Different voice.
Yeah, so,
I'm hoping I get back to that voice soon.
do you?
I am.
Are you ever going to get there?
I don't know. I don't know how confident I am that I'll get back there, but I think this voice therapy is going to be good for me.
I hope so. He's going on.
I hope I don't
Okay.
lose my voice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to
What
talk.
do you mean?
Like, I don't want to learn to
This
talk
rugged
proper.
voice?
No, I want to keep my accent and stuff. Like, you know.
Well, you're not going to start talking like you're from Boston.
Well, I don't want like a proper English.
I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that's going to be an issue for you.
Okay, I hope
They're
so.
gonna it's more of the way you talk.
You were asking me what I think it entails, and now all of
yeah,
a
but
sudden
now
you
I
have
know
answers.
because the fact that you were like, I hope it doesn't change my accent or nothing. Like, it's not going to start make you talk correct English. You dope.
Imagine I come on, I have like a British like.
Yeah.
Very proper.
Listen, I'm just happy when you come on the show. We're happy to have you.
I did want to start the podcast with like an accent, but I can't do any. Like, wow, that's Pat Dunn's real voice. All right.
Yeah, we didn't know. This Pat Dunn has a real. He's from Australia. So Pat, let's get to know you.
Pat
Please.
Dunn is a very. It's like almost like a stage name.
I was blessed with this name.
It's a great.
It's a very good name
It's a great name.
for somebody in entertainment.
Yeah. So you're fairly new at stand-up.
Yes.
When did you start?
I really got into it March of this year.
Oh wow, that new. Okay.
I was half-assing it the end of last year, November, December, and even
Interesting.
January, doing like one or two a week, and then
Yeah.
picked it up in March.
Would you
All
have
right.
gotten into it earlier if COVID didn't happen? Like, was it something you've been thinking about doing?
I've been thinking about it for years, and then
Okay.
seeing friends do it, I'm like, all right, this is something I have to do, and then
So you're good friends with like two recent guests too.
Yes.
Will Papara.
Yep.
And James Raniola.
yes.
We were just talking about James
we were just
Raniola
talking
last.
about James Raniola because obviously, if you're good friends with him, you know about his heart attack.
I do. I'll listen to that podcast. It was
Intense.
intense because I mean, this is things we don't talk about.
Well, that's what I was
when
going
we're
to say.
drinking
Has
at the
he
bar
ever
until.
came open to you about it? Was that like the first you were hearing of it?
Well, no, I knew he had the heart attack, but not
like, the
not in great
details?
detail. Like
Okay.
listening to this,
Yeah.
I had to take a Xanax. I had to pause the episode. I'm like, oh my goodness,
So I had an anxiety attack on Saturday,
fun as always.
Yes.
I love those.
and because of that episode, and him saying that if he would have taken his Xanax and went to sleep, he probably wouldn't be here.
yeah,
I did not want to take his Xanax and go to sleep.
Yeah.
I think it was NyQuil. It wasn't even because.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I think it was. Now that he says it, I think
Yeah.
it was NyQuil.
yeah.
Okay. That does sound more.
It
yeah.
does sound more more closer to the actual story.
Does Xanax usually put you to sleep?
Yes.
It's
I've
like,
never taken a Xanax.
it's pretty. It's
lot of
like
people
it's
tell me I
basically
should,
a date
but-
rape drug.
Yeah.
It will get you.
All right.
I started. I have insomnia. Also anxiety and depression. Oh, it's fun over here. But
You fit right in with the
You're
podcast.
like
I
Hey.
fit right in.
Yeah.
But I started to take Xanax to go to sleep, and then eventually
Really?
you have to take more and more and more, and then it's you can't function without Xanax.
What do you mean? It like wears off?
Well, Xanax isn't something you should take every day. In
Yeah.
theory, right?
Yeah, looking back on it,
Does
it's
Pat Dunn take it every day?
every single day. But it doesn't mess me up. I don't feel anything while on it. If,
because,
I,
yeah.
if I'm not on it, I go through withdrawals, and those are
Really? What is a withdrawal from Xanax?
and severe headache, and I feel like my skin is crawling.
You're like itching.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's this.
And the beard, the beard is very helpful for the just combing it all day.
Oh yeah, you just
ripping
kind
it.
of focus on that.
Yeah.
Ah,
Interesting.
it's like one of those like the widget spinners and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah, a fidget spinner.
What I say, fidget spinner.
It's like one of them widget spinners. So do you have depression and anxiety as well?
Yep, the whole boatload to get into stand-up comedy.
For a long time, or is it like something that's newer? Or
I've always known there was something different with me.
Yeah.
Even as a teenager, and
Okay.
then you get older, you start to learn more about the world. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's what I have. Cool.
You learn everybody has it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody that I want to be friends with has it.
I was just gonna say, I'm almost to the point now where if you don't, I'm like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta have something wrong with
It's
you.
too confident over here.
Like the guys that see at open mics who seem normal, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, you're probably crazier than all of us.
No,
Yeah.
there's always issues.
Yeah.
in
Well,
some
that's
way.
what, for comics, you have to have something.
There's probably something.
There's no normal.
I mean, not
comics.
me. I'm pretty, put together.
Oh yeah, you're so normal.
Definitely.
Oh man. So is it like a big part of your life now? Still?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something every day. Like you have your ups and your downs, and then when it's in a down, you're in it for a few days. Sometimes it won't go away.
Is it more depression?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like hand in hand, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to be anxious and not depressed.
See, I don't have the depression part of it. At least maybe I'm too dumb to realize.
No, listen, I'm not saying everybody. It's not that. I just feel like most people who have. It's probably safe to say that most people who have depression have anxiety.
Yeah.
Not all people who have anxiety have depression, I guess, but
There was a saying that anxiety is about the future, depression's about the past. So those are things
Interesting.
like I have an insomnia, so at 3 a.m. those are things I'm thinking about. Like, oh, I have this thing on Thursday. Damn it. Oh, that thing that happened to me 8 years ago that nobody else remembers.
Yeah,
That's something
that pops up
that you focus on.
at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's like literally nobody would know that happened. Why
do you sit in bed trying to go to sleep, or do you just manage just stay up and you're not even trying to go to sleep?
No, it's just staring at the ceiling.
See, yeah, that's tough.
Jesus. See, sleep. We were just talking about this on the last episode, because the last panic attack Chick had, he was up to like 5 in the morning, and he doesn't sleep well to begin with.
Yeah, I don't sleep that much.
He's up watching
when,
TV all night.
I don't try and go to sleep and can't sleep. I go to sleep and then I wake up, go back to sleep, wake up.
Yeah.
A lot of it's because of my sleep apnea, but I just have shitty sleeping habits to begin with. I
That'll
go to
do
bed too late, wake up too early. Like I don't sleep a lot.
I started taking melatonin at night, but then that wears off immediately.
What does that do?
It makes you a little sleepy.
Do you feel something?
It's like the more natural Xanax. I feel like
it is.
It's not as strong.
But then after 2 hours, I'm awake, and it's just the whole. All right, I got 2 hours of sleep, and now it's 4 a.m. And then the next thing you know, it's like 7 a.m. So,
What time do you usually go to sleep?
I used to go to bed at like 7 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, now I go for like 2 a.m. and then we'll see what happens.
Jesus Christ. And what time are you waking up?
Now
7:30.
Yeah.
yeah,
Good half hour in.
yeah, now like 7:38.
Wow.
Yeah. I always worked nights, so that like fit me. Like, all right, if I can't go to sleep, I can at least sleep in. And now it's like, all right, I work in the mornings
You
now.
work in the
so
daytime.
it's
What'd you do at night?
I had the same job. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just
but
different shifts.
Just different
Yeah.
shifts. Okay. All right. And
Do you find it easier to work at night now, or is it? Would you rather go back to your nights, or you like the days?
I'm used to the days. I've been doing it since quarantine happened.
Oh,
so.
all right.
Oh, okay. All right. I feel like nights would be good for you, Chick.
Not really.
Yeah, because you want to be home watching TV.
It's just like I like to be up at night. I don't want to be working. Like I like my day shifts.
I got you.
You know what I
got
mean?
you.
Like
I just feel like for a guy that like stays up at night, like
you're
might
right.
as well, like,
Ideally, I would love like a 10 to whatever 7 instead of 7 to 3. I would love
Yeah.
a 10 to 6.
yeah,
Would be ideal. That would be perfect.
yeah. I don't know.
But that's the perfect job doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. The perfect job.
Yeah, but
doesn't
work.
exist.
I used to work overnights, like do 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. and then you just don't see anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like yeah, that's why you're
The,
so
the isolation kicks in.
it
Oh,
does
yeah.
because you're a reverse of everybody.
Yeah.
Does that like did that start to mess up your sleep schedule? Starting that?
No, I always just.
It was
had
like that before.
Yeah, even as a teenager, it would be hard to fall asleep.
Okay. Oh,
That's
man,
crazy.
That's rough.
See,
Hey, we all got it.
we all, it's
we
so
got a little touch
common,
of something.
but it is. It's so common. Everybody, I feel like, has it a little bit,
Yeah, definitely.
and most people start acknowledging it in their 20s.
For sure. Yeah.
Maybe not all, but I feel like that's when.
Yeah, when you start becoming aware of it, I guess.
Well, you're out of high school. You have a little more responsibilities and stress of what the future may hold or bring.
Was that when it started with you?
In my 20s, I was about 21, 22.
Yeah.
No, it was 21.
21?
The summer of when I turned 21 is when it started. Jesus. And it was terrible till about 25.
Yeah, five strong years.
4 or 5 years of just like intense anxiety.
Yeah.
And then it was like just baby stepping your way out for a couple. And now, you finally get back into that shit attitude before it where I didn't care about anything and everything is...
Yeah.
So, Pat, you listen to the podcast.
I'm a fan, yes.
Give us your thoughts. What do you think about this podcast? What do you like? What do you don't like? Is there something that you would change?
No, I like it. I like when a chick gets off the rails and then you have to try to reel him
in. That's my whole life is reeling him in.
That seems like the podcast.
Yeah, that's basically it.
That happens a lot.
That happens off the podcast as well.
It does happen off the podcast.
It's mostly, that's our relationship. He goes off, I have to
and he reels
bring
me
him back.
in.
The first few listens, I'm like, this guy seems like a character.
Yeah, he's definitely a character.
I feel like I've stopped talking about my asshole a lot lately. I haven't talked about it in the last few episodes.
You haven't,
since that
because
guy's review.
It was bothering some people.
It was starting to bother people, so I had to tone it back.
People are like at work listening on their lunch break, and he's talking. It got to some of the listeners.
Oh, I'm glad to be on the episode that chick's asshole.
Yeah, well, thanks for bringing it back.
No, it won't come back. It won't, I promise.
We covered anxiety, depression, and chick's asshole.
Yeah, that basically sums up chick. Depression, anxiety, and asshole.
Well, that's when he started coming out about it. I'm like, oh, this sounds a lot like me. Whatever. My fucking dick.
Yeah.
But I want to get into the comedy because he's a late bloomer, and how are you enjoying it? Have you bombed a lot yet? Have you not bombed? Like, are you having a good run in the beginning?
No, in the beginning, no, not at all. Also, the anxiety just to go up in front of people, I would have to be loaded. I would have to be loaded. I would have a few whiskeys in me and a few beers.
So you smashed every time you're on stage, or maybe not smashed.
Not smashed, but it's where once you got like I knew I was not doing well, and I was like, I'm drunk. Who cares?
Right.
And then and then after the more bombings happened, I was like, all right, I have to figure something out here.
The first few times I saw you, I think your eyes were closed the entire set.
That seems correct. Yeah.
Yeah. You just like. I was like, oh, he's
somewhere
else.
I don't make eye contact with the crowd. It's just it's counting down. All right, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. There's the light. Thank God, I can see the light.
That's what like your first year of comedy is, though.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the light and being like, thank God this is over. And I guess I'll have to do this again tomorrow night. For some
You're like
reason.
not worried about the jokes. Everything else is what you're worried about.
Yeah, I mean the first couple of years you're just trying to figure out how to talk in front of people, which is a separate skill from joke writing. You know what I mean?
Like I took public speaking in college.
Did you?
Nassau Community College, home of the
must have learned a few
Lions.
things
I
there.
don't know what.
The Lions.
Took public speaking, got a D+. So
D+. So you're like, let me get into public.
Crushed
speaking.
it. I did good. Yeah. I'm gonna go do that for a living now.
Well, I didn't technically fail the class, so I thought, 10 years from now, I should do open mic comedy here on Long Island.
Oh man,
that should be your first joke. Well, public speaking, I got a D+. Well, let's
you
give this a shot.
You should
Hold on, let me
that.
get my notes out 1 second.
So yeah, you've gotten you've gotten so much better from those first. I remember you weren't a bad comic.
The backpedaling going.
But you were no. You because you could tell you were
let him dig himself out of this one.
No, because you could tell you were new, and now like you've leaps and bounds from when you first started coming around.
Thank you.
Like honestly, like I've said that to you. Like,
yes, you have.
You've just gotten so much better than that beginning when you were just hammered, and now you just did a whole month of being sober. Was that different?
Completely different.
How was the comedy?
I hated it the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just when you say a joke to the 8 people there and it doesn't land, it's that 3-second pause feels like a 30-second pause.
Because now you're really feeling it.
Yes.
So like before you were drinking before an open
Every
mic,
single time.
You would get hammered.
There was
and
never
then
a
you
sober.
go
Hammered drunk.
Hammered.
Then sober comedy. If you're only doing it drunk, then now you're really feeling everything that doesn't work. You feel it, and it's a different way of doing it. So
I just felt like I wasn't messing up the jokes, but the confidence was not there. It's like,
Okay.
all right, I got the joke how I wanted it. I hit every tagline. I hit the punchline, but the confidence is not there at all. So
Did it change towards the end? Did you get used to it?
yeah, the last week I thought I was like, well, Mrs.
But now are you nervous to start drinking again? And
a little bit. It's like I went 35 days without drinking, and then I had like 5 White Claws on Friday. Shit-faced drunk. I threw up. From the
sound like some
White
pussy.
Claws.
I had 5 White Claws and I
know.
was fucking shit-faced and
That's
threw
not
up.
the Patrick Dunn I know.
I know.
Jesus.
I put my liver back to like factory
Well, that's what I'm
setting.
saying.
Yeah.
He's drinking bourbon straight right now.
That's
and-
true. That's true. And I am too, by the way.
Yeah, but nobody cares about
There we
you.
go.
He's our
Cheers.
guest.
Yeah, that's true.
You look so much like a Pat Dunn. Has anybody ever said that to you?
They have.
Okay.
He does.
I do.
Yeah.
Like if somebody said, "What's Pat?" I know another Pat Dunn who
Do
also
you?
looks like a Pat Dunn.
Oh,
but,
you know more than one Pat Dunn, huh?
B Dunn.
Oh, okay.
Friend, his brother's Pat.
You always mention a Dunn on the podcast.
Yeah.
That is a good friend of mine.
He's been on
Okay.
the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We did have him on.
Yeah.
I forgot that we had him on.
We had him on.
He's been on the show once, but he listens a lot and longtime friend of mine. He doesn't like B that much. But
That's not true.
no, it's not true. He probably likes B more than me. But his brother's name is Pat.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. All right. Look at that. We'll have to get him on too.
Yeah.
Dueling Pats.
I've been seeing, now that I think about it, you've been coming up on my Facebook a lot.
And you've never added me. All right.
But I didn't know who you were until a half hour ago.
that
Yeah.
doesn't stop the Russian bots. I mean,
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
and I do like to friend odd people.
Are you saying Pat's odd?
No, but like people I don't
We've
know.
only been doing this 10 minutes. Give
Yeah.
it like
No,
40
usually
minutes more.
People I don't know I like, but they're usually females. Like I won't friend the
You
gentleman.
don't fail men.
Yeah.
You don't friend men.
You don't fail men. I fail.
You fail females.
I fail females. Yes, exactly. Though.
Oh my god. Dude, I just want to say one thing. This happened to me this week. I wanted to say it on the last episode, but you always think like what you're gonna do in a specific situation, like how you're gonna act. You never know, right? So I was driving at work and I saw a car accident happen right in front of me.
Bad.
Bad. Lady must have been on her cell phone. So it was out in the Hamptons, 2-lane highway. Lady's driving right in front of me, and she crashes into the car in front of her, right?
Just blatantly not paying attention.
Boom, crashes in, and I guess she notices at the last moment, so she starts to turn. So she turns, hits that car, and then goes to the other lane, and then gets hit by an oncoming truck.
Oncoming.
Yeah. So I am the first car in front of them, and I'd like to think that my adrenaline would take over, and I'd run out of my car and be like, "Are you okay?"
Depends on how fast you're going.
I was stopped. They were right in front of
Then
me.
yeah, you got to get out.
Yeah,
And,
this isn't like you're not like a Brendan Schaub.
Yeah. No.
That was
I what I did was I rolled down my window.
Are you okay?
I didn't even do that. Well, it's a weird thing when you get into an accident. The airbags, like, just shut that. So the airbags on the side came out.
Okay.
So-
Yours?
No. I didn't get hit. So the car in front of me, it was just like airbag on the side. So it was like curtains.
Oh, so you couldn't see.
So you couldn't see anything. And I was just like,
Oh, she's good. The airbags blew.
dude, but there was like no.
she's okay.
There was no movement. And then 2 guys behind me, 2 heroes, jumped out.
Well,
And I
that's
didn't
the
do
other
anything.
thing is how many people do you need to stop?
Right. Once those guys get out, I was like, I don't need to go out either, and be like, "Are you okay?"
Do you want to know what? I hear you. If it's fast and you're like it's so quick, you don't turn around and go.
I was kind of like,
if you're approaching it, yes, you have to. Like I feel like the polite thing to
I
do is
was
stop.
I was directly behind the person,
But you was dead. You got to stop.
and it happened in front of me.
The sick part of me also wants to see what's wrong with them. So I want to be
Well,
the
I
first
did.
one.
I
Yes.
stayed.
I've never
lo-
been the first one out of scene. So I
I
want to be
stayed
there.
long enough. I could see everything from my truck, which is the beauty of it. I didn't have to involve myself.
You piece of shit.
And the other thing was once everybody was okay and there was nothing wrong, I like drove over the grass just to get around them, and I just kept driving.
Excuse me. I got to get to work.
I just kept driving, and I looked in my rearview mirror. But these 2 guys jumped out without hesitation, And like,
because there's certain people just without thinking that's their instincts.
yeah, and I don't have that in me.
You.
I don't have that in me. And like, you only realize it in a situation like that.
Yeah. I love it. Did you watch the 9/11 special that we were talking about? The guy who said the one guy got out and then left him there, and he threw the rock at him and missed him. Did you get?
No, I didn't see that one.
So the towers come down.
Okay.
I mean, it's not funny.
When is this? What happened there?
So this is on 9/11.
Okay. This year?
What towers are we talking about now?
I almost answered you too. I was like, no, dude, this happened in 2001.
It was a big thing. Did you not hear of this?
Did you not hear about this in 20 years? So this one guy gets buried under like some of the rubble, and him and this guy are trying to get out. So
Yeah.
he gets like a hole, and the other guy, he goes, is smaller than me, so I push him out. The guy gets out.
And he just runs.
So he goes, I'm sitting there waiting, and then like time's going by, so he goes, I creep my head out, and the guy's walking away.
What?
Just going like this, like, come on. Now, there's two things I could think of. The guy is so out of it that he just got free, and like he's not
Yeah,
there.
maybe.
You know, and he's thinking the guy can just come
yeah.
behind him. But he said he's screaming at him,
And he
like,
threw a
come
rock
back.
at him?
And he said he threw a rock at him and didn't hit him. But he's like,
Imagine if you hit the guy in the head with a
He
rock.
said he goes. Fortunately, I didn't hit him because I would have felt terrible if I actually hurt him.
Yeah.
Even though the guy left you under rubble.
Jesus.
So the guy winds up getting himself out.
Uh-huh.
And like he's happy he didn't do anything to the guy, but he tells that story, and that reminds me of like if me and you were in a hole
Dude,
and I dug you out,
would
you come back for
I
me?
might
Obviously
run.
not. Peace out.
Dude, it was a real weird
I have
moment.
deliveries to make.
Honestly, I felt like I was like, wow, that's the kind of man I am. I'm a runaway man. I just
I like to think you're not. I think that's a little. I won't hold you to that situation.
in the oncoming car was like a truck and kids were in there, but they all started coming out and the kids were crying.
Did the kids come out to help before you did?
No.
No, the kids came out crying, looking for help, and B drove away.
Great, as a real hero.
I knew everybody was okay for the most
No,
part.
you didn't. You just said it was bad, and you weren't there, so you don't know everybody's okay.
I knew people weren't dead. So that because I heard the other guys say, "Are you okay?" and the lady was like,
How did you hear all this without getting out?
Because
And you were the first
dude,
car.
It was so close
Right?
to me.
Does that not? Do you not get what I'm saying here? Like,
I get what you're saying.
He's hearing all this, but he was the first car, and this all happened.
Because I
behind him.
rolled my window down, and
But what, did you stop to see them all doing it and then leave?
because the way it was, the whole road was closed in front of me. I had to drive away from them by going on the grass. It was a little 2-lane highway. It literally happened 3 feet in front of me.
This is not something you should have made out. You should have said out in public. You should
I
have just.
know. Well, that's why I'm trying to
kept this
you know,
one buried it deep inside.
I'm being honest with you guys here that I wasn't the man I wanted to be. I'm not proud of it, but you know, this is who I am. You know, when push comes to shove,
I'm out.
I leave.
You worry about numero
slunk
uno.
out.
He Irish goodbyes it.
Yeah. And then I'll tell you what happened though. The rest of my day,
Bad things happen.
bad things happen.
Yeah, it's karma, bro.
That's bad
Karma
juju.
happened.
It's really bad juju. That's like extremely bad juju.
I had to get on a.
That's like not holding a door
Dude.
juju. That's like leaving somebody to die juju.
But I knew they were alive. Because the other guy.
Did you
By
check the
way,
news the next couple days to
No,
make sure
I
they
didn't.
survive?
No, because I know I saw everybody, but it's such an eerie feeling when you see two cars and just blacked out with
Such an eerie feeling. You got to keep going. You don't want to stay there for that.
Well, I think I was in a state of shock.
Do you know what's shock? I'll tell you, and I want to get back to you, Pat. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we will.
sorry, Pat.
That's fine.
But
I'm
a
just
buddy of
here.
mine, his brother-in-law was in a similar instance, but the car in front of him.
My brother-in-law?
No, my buddy's brother-in-law.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
He was driving down, I think it was Southern State, and the car in front of him, I don't know if they didn't see the car that stopped in front of them, but it was like a tractor trailer or something, and the car went under it, and they got decapitated basically.
Oh.
And the blood from the person who got killed splattered all over my buddy's brother-in-law's front windshield. And that put him in like a shock for a
Did he
little
get
bit.
out the help? Are you okay?
She didn't answer. I thought she'd be fine.
See, in that case, I might have gotten
That's
out.
fucking. Imagine your windshield is getting doused with blood.
Your
from
windshield
the car.
wipers.
Yeah.
You're driving past it.
Gotta take this to Jiffy Lube right here.
I gotta get my car washed.
I gotta go to the car wash.
Now we both have similar stories. We were both hit as from cars as children.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
How was yours? Did you have the right mom come?
I love that story. She did come, yeah, but a neighbor saw me, and I was on my bike. I got hit by a car, and the driver. It doesn't matter what race or gender she was, but I'm not gonna say it. But I got up, and then I was like, "I'm so sorry," and then I took a step, and I immediately fell on the ground.
Jesus, did you really?
Yeah.
You got hit hard.
My knees are destroyed. This is like
Wow.
20 years ago.
Oh Jesus!
See, yeah, I wasn't hurt from my getting hit.
Well, now I know where some of the anxiety and depression starts.
I got hit, and I remember being airborne and staring at the ground while falling, and I just tucked my head and landed on my knee.
How did it happen? Because
Oh.
this doesn't seem like a little bump and run here. This seems
I was
like
riding my bike, and I'm stopped at a stop sign for several minutes. Looked left, good. Looked right,
Wait a
good.
second, you stop at stop signs while you ride a bike?
Yeah, it was.
You follow the traffic laws?
I do.
I've never done that.
Bikers should, because that's how you get hit by cars.
I guess, but he got hit by a car.
And he stopped. So in
You
hindsight,
stop at red lights
you should
too?
have just went right out the beginning.
I don't know. I should have went through. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
But I remember just waiting at the stop sign for a while on a busy street, and then left is good, right is good, cross. What's this big green thing on my right side? Oh, it's a Honda Civic, and that was it.
Oh,
Lots of fun.
God.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
I did.
His knees are shattered.
They shatter your knees?
Yeah.
Oh my
Destroyed.
God.
My left knee is destroyed.
Still to this day.
Yeah, to this
Well,
day.
I didn't know it was like that big of an accident. Because mine was so small.
Did it ruin your childhood of activities?
I had to retire at the age of 12 from Little League. Who knows what?
really,
Who
though?
knows
Like-
what could have happened?
Who knows, man? You could have been, the next.
Well, not even. That sucks not being able to play sports because of a knee injury at 12.
Yeah.
I wrestled later on in high school, but
Well, you can kind of go without a knee in wrestling.
Yeah, but I was a fat kid, so being
your weight class was tough.
No, being the catcher in Little League, that was my spot. All right, there's nowhere else
I
to
can't
put me.
bend down anymore.
You can't put me at at the hot corner.
Yeah, no.
I'm a fat kid.
What? They don't have DH in Little League?
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
the best kid would pitch, and I was like, all right.
He's got to retire at 12.
That's hilarious.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest preteen
You should have gave
on the
that
face of
speech
the earth.
at your last Little League game.
Yeah, you should have.
I made the All-Star team the year before. I still have the
Oh,
shirt.
so you
That's
had
what sucks.
some.
had
You were good.
promise.
And
Had promise.
that shirt might still fit me because I was a fat kid.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe I'll wear
You
it
were
tomorrow.
Yeah, you should wear it tomorrow. You think it'll really fit you?
I do think it would really fit me.
How big were you?
I was just going to ask, how big were you as a
Not
kid?
a fat kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to me, that's beyond fat if it fits you at this size. And
We'll
no
see
offense,
tomorrow.
You're not skinny now.
Thank
per
you.
se.
Well, you lost
I
some
don't
weight.
mean it to be an asshole.
He
but-
looks skinnier than you, for Christ's sake.
No, I know. I'm not saying he's fat, but it's not like he's a twig now. It's not like he's a twig coming in
Thank
here
you. I
saying,
just lost 35 pounds.
I like this last month of extreme dieting and sobriety, and this is
Welcome to the Adult
Yeah.
Babies podcast.
Did it.
We bring you up and we rip you down.
so proud of myself. I really put in the hard work.
Yeah.
And, Chick calls me a fat slug.
Yeah,
Really,
you
all right,
you fat slob. Have another whiskey.
I'm gonna have 2 more whiskeys.
It's a
Oh,
piece
you gotta
of
love
shit.
Chick. So
Well, I don't even know how to segue from that.
there is no
How do you
segue.
like chicks' picks?
We'll see what they are this week.
Oh yeah, we will.
I got some good stuff.
He's got a lot. All he does is watch TV.
Yes, I know.
Now, what do you got in your notes? You got some like games for us? Tell me, because what I respect about you, and if future listeners, or what are they, guests are listening, come correct like Pat Dunn did, because you
But
came.
this is what we should do.
yeah. We didn't do that. You did the work for us, and
I
we
do what I
enjoyed
can.
it. So what do you got? You mentioned you got a few things.
Yeah, I don't want that to go to nothing, so we got to
right.
do something.
So I've never been on a podcast before.
This is your first podcast.
This is my first podcast ever. I watched a YouTube video. How to be a guest on a podcast. The guy had a.
I need to do one and how to be a
Yeah.
host.
Can you-
I'm
can
going
you
to
teach
send
him?
you the link after this.
Yeah, he needs help.
I didn't know what we would cover, so I went for some things as we venture on into anxiety and depression and serious talks. I have little things to lighten the mood.
Lighten the mood for us.
All right. Do we want to get into like anxiety and depression talks now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us what you got.
I like depressing shit, so
He
let's
does.
I love
go.
depression. All right.
He does.
And our fans like depression.
Good.
Sure. They listen to us. They're depressed.
I like it. Yeah, so I've always had the anxiety and the depression, and with that comes drug use and alcoholism.
I like that we can laugh. Well, I'm laughing about
Yeah.
it. I'm sorry.
I am too.
So in my early 20s, I really hit like bottom end. I was drinking 6 nights a week, and I mean like drinking.
Drinking
like,
heavy.
Yeah, like I would have a bowl of ice and just sit it with a 1.7.
Do you want me to get you more ice, by the way?
I'll need some ice in a moment
right.
after this.
My ice is not great.
It's no alibi ice.
Yeah, no, I don't have alibi
That
ice.
is
I'm
cream
sorry.
of the crop ice.
We should get one of the alibi. That should be something that we should start to do.
That's something
we
we
should
should do.
order. Like, get one of the alibi bartenders to bring us drinks from the.
I like it.
Yeah.
They're closed on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah.
I
All
went
right.
to
Well,
go
they'll have
with-
to change their schedule for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I got really into just I would call it a Pat Dunn cocktail. So I would drink a shitload of scotch, smoke a blunt.
Scotch.
Yeah, big scotch guy.
How old were you when you started drinking scotch?
21, 22.
Jesus.
Around that area was like my worst. I
Like
was
a grizzled veteran at
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
drinking six nights a week. I worked overnights on Thursdays, so Thursday was not a drinking night. But yeah, so I would do that. I was big into inhalants.
Inhalants?
Yeah, like do you know
You would huff?
Huff? I was a huffer.
Did you ever huff gasoline?
No, I'm not.
Did you ever see the movie with what the fuck is his name? Philip Seymour Hoffman, where he huffs gas and he goes to gas stations. He gets kicked out of all the gas stations because he's going to the pumps huffing gas.
I've not seen that one.
No, really?
I will find out the name. I got to just double check his movie, his filmography.
His IMBD?
Yeah, and
Big
I'll
fan
let
of
you
him.
know.
Oh, that was a sad.
Yeah.
That was a sad death.
It was.
And also yesterday too.
Yeah.
Michael
Oh,
Kalan.
that's
Yeah,
Rest in
yeah.
peace,
Rest in
Omar.
peace, Omar. Did you ever get like what did you use to huff? Kind of interested in that.
You would get something to clean your keyboards. It's called computer duster. So it'd spray out like the junk in the
Oh
keyboards.
yeah, I thought that was just
I know what
compressed
you're
air.
talking
No,
about.
it's for white trash people from Long Island.
Yeah. So what would you would like stick
Where are you
it up
from
your
again?
nose?
Mastic?
With that story, you'd think so. No, Massapequa, but I never got into heroin.
So you would stick computer cleaner like up your nose?
No, in your mouth. You
You inhale it.
would shake it up and spray, and then
And what would it feel like?
15 seconds of craziness. Like, have you ever seen the Steve-O documentary and watching him do Nas?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's that. It's pretty brutal.
And when
That's
it's
15
done,
seconds, that's it, right? It's quick.
Yeah, you're very fucked up for the 15 seconds.
but like after the 15 seconds, what happens to you then? Are you just like, I'm back?
Yeah,
Do you feel any residual effects from it?
right away? No, but then as the more I did it, my breathing got really bad. And I was like, I should probably not do this. Yeah, I didn't want to.
I'm sure your lungs were nice and clean though from all
Yeah.
that cleaning rust. Clean as a whistle.
But my keyboard was dirty at my house, so it made no sense at all.
There was zero dust.
Like
Anywhere.
I lived right by a Pathmark, and I remember like at my probably my lowest point, I walked over there at like 4 a.m. because they're still open, and I'm looking in like the like the area, like there's construction paper and and I'm looking.
It's a nice spray to huff.
Yeah, I'm looking for that shit at 4 a.m. And
Oh my God.
And then you're doing like the
Whippets and stuff. Were those involved?
yeah,
or-
but you also have to buy other things to like fool the clerk. Like,
Oh, yeah.
all right, let me get some
I'm
cold.
not just huffing all
Yeah,
these cans.
getting some cold cuts and a Hungry Man frozen TV dinner for tomorrow. Oh, my keyboard looks dirty. Let me pick this up while I'm. Yeah, you're.
Because if they taught the clerks at least like if the same person buys
It's
cleaners-
It's an 18-year-old kid working at 4 a.m. at Pathmark. They're not taught anything.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Did you
do it
ever
with
have
you.
a situation where somebody was like, I can't sell this to you?
No.
No, nobody ever cared.
I mean, I've been cut off numerous times at bars and places
Right,
like that. But
yeah.
No.
Man, I don't take you for a huffer.
This was 10 years. This was 10 years ago. Huff free 10 years today.
How'd you get out of huffing?
He said he couldn't breathe.
Yeah, my
Yeah, but
breathing
some
was.
people like I can't listen. You can't breathe doesn't mean you stop doing what
It's
you
also
do.
true.
Your voice has changed. Are you huffing?
Yeah.
All right. This episode is turning into
Alright,
Chicks
guys.
Intervention.
We're gonna huff at the end of this episode.
I'm for it. No,
I've always
never
been scared
again.
to do that.
Me
Yeah.
too. That sounds scary.
To those at home, I would not
Were you
recommend
one who
it.
used to cut their oxygen off with their hands and do that?
No,
Yeah, neither did I.
Don't know how to do that. It's
Did you ever see your friends who do that? None of your
Yeah,
friends ever did
I
that?
remember in like 7th, 8th grade. there
That's what it was.
that-
It was like that one little thing.
and it scared me.
It did scare me.
I
I was
didn't-
never.
I wasn't about
I'm not
that.
down to do that stuff either.
That wasn't that. So you huffed, you puffed
I huffed. I puffed. I would drink pills in there too.
pills, huh?
Yeah.
Making sure you hit everything.
Everything.
This is
food
during
group.
this is the whole Pat cocktail.
Pat Dunn cocktail.
So
That's
you
I
would, what would you do first? You'd have a
I would
scotch like you're a
drinking.
70-year-old man.
Yes.
Then you'd huff a computer cleaner like you're a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And
Smoke
what would you
a
do
blunt.
next? Pop pills like a divorced housewife?
Yes.
All right. Nice.
Try to cover every area.
All bases.
You know.
I like
Why
it.
not?
Did you smoke cigarettes?
Of course.
He smoked one outside.
Oh,
I just smoked a cigarette with you.
Yes, you did.
We learned last episode that intermittently he doesn't get oxygen to his brain, so he forgets a lot of things.
That will do it.
Yeah. What pills were you taking? Can you?
Xanax, but it was before I was prescribed for anxiety. So I was like going to Hempstead to get pills from a guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you take for anxiety now?
Xanax, but a much lower dose. Like I was.
They don't give you any. We'll talk after this. That's
All right.
not something for the show.
Yeah. I don't recommend them. I would never give them to anybody.
Because that's why I'm shocked that your doctor told you to take Xanax every day.
Yeah, but I was also taking the bars, which are 2 milligrams, I believe.
I know, but we'll talk about it.
All right.
So
Yeah, let's talk
I don't
about it
wanna-
after. Let's talk about it after the podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to preach about
Let's
certain
keep the
things on
interesting
it.
stuff off the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't, because my doctor always told me these are not something you should ever take consistently.
The Xanax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
Okay.
to prescribe you something that
So
you
many
should
people take
daily.
Xanax. Everybody I know takes Xanax.
Because it helps.
It does.
That's why
It's the medication that I take is something that you're supposed to take daily that's supposed to cut the edge off, nothing that you feel, but it's supposed to work with therapy. Like you take this, you go to therapy, eventually you should start functioning normally.
Okay. All right.
Xanax is I'm having an anxiety attack, I can't bring myself out of it, pop a Xanax, and it will literally suck the life out of you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm afraid to even try Xanax.
But that's his issue is also why they say don't take it every day because
Yeah.
then it needs more. And more.
But you were able to get off of like a higher dosage.
Yeah, I got a new doctor, and he's like, "Why are you on this?" I'm like,
Well, that-
that's
exactly.
that's what the old guy gave me. He's
And
like,
that's why
"No,
he's
you're
probably stuck giving you this now. He probably don't even want to give it to you as much as he does, right? I would imagine.
I mean, he cut my dosage down severely.
Was it
like,
tough to get off? Like, is it like a? Do you deal with like withdrawals with that? I don't know much about Xanax.
in the beginning? Yeah, to wean yourself, it's just like any other drug. If you're weaning yourself off, you're
Yeah.
you know, and it's gonna take time. It's not a thing that you'll do in a week. It does take time. So.
But did you feel it? Like, was it like messing with you? Like,
He's all right. You don't remember this question, do you?
no.
He
gave me
I
a
even
whiskey.
remember that. His skin gets itchy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He said that's why his beard is good. 'cause
That's
he
it,
tugs
yeah.
his beard.
Love it.
And then I brought up the widgets and their fidget spinners.
Yeah.
You're right.
Missed that whole part of the show.
No, I'm
What's
back.
scary is that I'm the one coming back. I'm like, I'm embarrassed that you're asking him these
You
questions.
know
A
why?
lot's happening in this episode. I
You
like
know
it.
why? It's because of the whiskey. Once I have whiskey, I'm like
Yeah.
I'm gone. I just switch back to
I
beer.
come with notes. I come with booze.
Yeah.
It's great.
And B
Yeah.
came without his memory.
Yeah.
Well, you lost my memory. All right, I'm sorry. Go on.
Okay. I also brought facts for when I think it gets a little too dark. Things I could say to lighten the mood for Chick.
I want to hear these.
Perfect. Well, when I get to the heavy shit, then I'll bring these out.
Get to the heavy shit.
All right, heavy shit. Okay.
Get to the heavy
So
shit.
with depression, anxiety also comes like suicidal thoughts.
Oh,
Like,
yep.
yeah. So right now I have suicidal ideation where I don't think about killing myself, but I like there's things that will come up, and I'm like, yeah, that I could jump off that bridge now. Like it's
Like
yeah.
you'll see a bridge.
I'll see something that will make me think of suicide, and just like, yeah, that seems
Seems reasonable.
it seems reasonable.
Is it more of like I could do this to get out of this
yeah.
whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
all right.
a lot of I have a lot of self-loathing.
What do
It's-
you? Can you explain that? Everybody says self-loathing, and I don't know what it means.
Like I
know,
describe
I
it
don't.
as a self-loathing narcissist, where I hate myself, but I'm my own biggest fan. It's a
Oh,
straight,
okay.
Yeah, that's
All
that's
right.
me in a nutshell.
All right, that makes
That's
sense.
such a funny, self-loathing narcissist.
That's
That's so
a good description.
hypocritical too. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
That's hilarious.
Bipolar. There we are.
So you have these. I mean, do you feel like you would ever go that far?
I have done a half-assed one where
You did.
around this time where I'm like 22 or 23.
Yeah.
It was my birthday, and it was just like Pat Dunn cocktail. And on your birthday, you get a certain like, these are my friends, this is my life, this is what I'm doing, and it was just a lot of self-mutilation at this point.
What do you mean? Like you would
like cutting yourself and just
wow,
like shit
really?
like that. Yeah. So that was my my first attempt, and it wasn't like a slit my wrist type thing, but I was like carving myself pretty good. Where
Jeez.
my birthday's in May, so I had these marks on my arms.
So they were visible. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was the
So
summer.
now it's the summer. It's like, why are you wearing a jacket? It's like, I'm trying to cover my love handles.
So what would you, how does that whole thing like work? Like is
It
you get a feeling of
Yeah,
relief?
Relief of pain.
Yeah.
It just like releases endorphins in you.
I was going to
It's-
say that was the other
yeah,
thing.
it does this. Weird. I haven't.
It's a high.
Yeah, I haven't done this in many years, but it's something that is.
It's something that you did.
Yeah.
Are you
and a
able
lot
to
of-
talk about this stuff? Because I also don't want to.
No, I came prepared to talk about it. It's not something like.
I don't want to.
No,
fuel.
Yeah.
Old
No,
thoughts
no,
of things that you like got past, and that I don't want you to regurgitate all.
Yeah.
that.
No,
I don't want to find out
All
next
right.
week you're
Yeah.
drinking scotch and cutting your fucking knees open, you know?
I need a new knee. Give
Yeah.
myself surgery. Let's go for it. No, I mean, that was my first thing. So, Chick, did you know I'm going to give you some give you some random Knicks trivia?
Oh, I love you. Keep going.
There have been 3 pairs of father and son combinations who have played for the Knicks. The list includes Doc and Austin Rivers,
Uh-huh.
Mike Bibby and his father Henry, and Kiki Vanderlei and his father Ernie. Interesting. So later on, this is a few years ago.
I love it.
A few years ago, I would say like 6, maybe 7. It was New Year's Eve, and it was one of those nights where you're out drinking. I was also on other things, and then you're at home by yourself. It's like 3 a.m, and then it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So with the Xanax, I decided, I think I'm done. So I ate a bottle of Xanax, and I'm also drinking.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, this is New
You
Year's
have a
Eve.
girlfriend or anything at this point, or now?
No. Right now, yes.
So right now, present day.
Right now,
yes.
Present day,
At
yes.
the time,
We
no.
were not dating at this point.
Okay.
I didn't know her then. So it's New Year's Eve. Now, like I'm a nice fella, I write Christmas cards to people I know.
Do you, as a single dude? I've been wanting to do that forever, and I never had.
It's not creepy.
No, I don't
It's
think
not.
it's creepy.
Yeah.
I just feel like I
I
should.
think I'm
and
going
I
to do
never
it this
did.
year.
Babe,
Yeah.
why don't we do them?
We thought about doing
You
this.
should do the
From the
Christmas
babies.
cards.
Yeah,
Let's
all right,
do it,
all
dude.
right.
We're doing it this year.
We're doing it this
Like,
year.
let's get it ready.
So it's New Year's Eve, and I decide, all right, I don't have any pen or I don't have paper on me, but I have all these Christmas cards. So, as the self-loathing narcissist that I am, let me write my suicide notes out on Christmas cards.
No, you didn't. You sick
So-
bastard.
I wrote out 3. I wrote out one to my mom.
I wanted to know who the top 3 were.
I wrote out one to the guys, and then I wrote one to
the guys.
the guys. It
Hey,
covered,
fellas,
it
Merry Christmas.
It covered my
Merry Christmas.
Covered
I
my
won't
boys.
see it.
Not such a good New Year.
Next Christmas, you're gonna hate. And then I wrote one to an ex. Now, like I was very fucked up. I don't know what's in these. I live in a Levitt house, so it's like
Wait, what do you mean you don't know what's in these?
I was so fucked up.
So you don't even know what you wrote.
I don't know what I wrote. Not a clue.
You sent them out?
No, I had them written out. And,
No, I wish you would have sent them out. I'm sorry, but I wish.
yeah, thanks, chick.
It would have
If
made the
there's- if there-
story. Your mother gets you a suicide note, and then you're at Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, Ma, that didn't follow through.
Did you spend postage on it?
So all right. So I live in a Levitt house. So it's like it's 2 rooms on top of like. There we go. All right,
really
there we go.
laughing about your
I'm
story.
gonna give you another Knicks trivia in 3 minutes. So I have my bedroom, I have a living room, and my mom lives under me. I have the house.
Okay.
So she has her area, and she just hears a thud. So for me taking the Xanax, I hit the ground. So
Because you took like a bottle.
I took a bottle of Xanax. I was
And these are the bars you said, right?
No, it was my prescription bottle. I emptied
thank
it out.
God.
Jesus.
Yeah. I was fucked up for like 5 days. I was insanely
Did you
high.
get rushed to the hospital and get your stomach
No,
pumped?
she had me throw up. So she comes upstairs and she could hear the thud. So she runs up like, "What are you doing?" And
I gotta get these postcards out.
Mom.
Get me to the post office.
I'm in
Read this.
I'm in my late 20s at this point. Like, I don't know how to buy stamps. Can I get some stamps, Mom? I don't. You gotta. And she put two and two together. Like, what the hell is he doing? Like, oh, okay, I get what. Yeah. So she had me like throw
Not
up.
for nothing. I think that's tough for a mom to
Yeah. It's
on the spot to figure that out and be aware enough to realize what your son's doing instead of being oblivious to like, oh,
Of course, yeah.
it's something we've never discussed either.
So did she know that you were having issues, even though you'd never discussed it?
No, I
Not even like from when you were younger. Like it wasn't something that anybody knew about.
just kept it inside.
Okay.
Wow.
It's not. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's something I talked about. So she just like made me throw up, and then we never spoke about it. Luckily, she doesn't listen to the adult babies podcast.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Wait, so you still haven't spoke? Like your mom still doesn't really know. What's
we
going
have
on
like
with you?
my family dynamic is we don't speak. I'm
You're
not
Irish.
Yeah. It's an Irish thing.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not close to my dad. I'm not close to my dad's side of the family.
Right.
I have
Siblings.
only child.
You're an only child?
Only
I didn't know
child.
that.
I know. I get that all the time. Like, I can't believe you're an only child.
I feel like
I don't
that
know
would've
why
helped
that's
you.
surprising. I don't know.
Having a sibling.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't think siblings cure everything, but I think growing up, it could have been somebody.
I mean, I developed a tight knit friendship with a lot of my guy friends.
Well,
where
that's
I
good
consider
then.
them brothers. I do
Yeah.
anything for them. I have friends I consider sisters. Anything for them. But
Yeah.
it's just something that like happened, and then
Jeez.
since I've been good.
So that was kind of like rock bottom.
That was definitely my rock bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it didn't work.
Thank you, Chick.
And I will
Thanks,
tell
Chick.
you-
That means a lot to
Yeah.
me.
Going forward,
I mean, who would be
we
our guest
just
tonight?
met.
Yeah.
My phone's always on. I'm always up.
What a nice guy.
You call me.
Yeah. Same here. Because I become.
Well,
very
as you
friendly
know,
with
I have had a very good friend of mine. I don't know how much I've talked about it on. I know I've mentioned Maddie on the show,
Yeah.
but that's a good friend of mine took his own life. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's years ago, but you call me,
Yeah.
Thanks,
the
man.
adult babies are always here for you. Now
Thank
give
you.
us another name.
and that's not one of those open, like, just call me and then you do, and it's like, oh fuck,
3 a.m. What does this animal want?
That's an honest call me.
Like
Pat,
I-
let me tell you something about Chick. I bust his balls a lot, but there is nobody more loyal that you ever meet than this guy.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to be on the podcast.
I am a disaster, but I will pick up
We
your
all
phone
are,
call.
though, you
Yeah,
know?
no, but I'll pick up your phone call and I have any friend
will.
out.
Yeah.
And anybody with that stuff, I have special places in my heart.
Thanks,
you
Chick.
do.
That means
Because
a lot.
people feel like they don't have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of reasons. There's plenty that go into it, but,
Of course.
I mean, things happen. Like
Yeah.
another thing that happened is, did you know prior to the Hall of Fame Knicks career of Dave DeButcher, he briefly played for the Major League team, the White Sox. And on,
Actually did not know that.
on August 13th, 1963, he pitched a complete game shutout.
Get the fuck out of here.
Now, Dave DeButcher is one of 13 people to play for both the Major League Baseball and the NBA.
13.
So that was the last time I tried to kill myself. Now,
Pat, you're coming correct today. I like
Pat,
yeah.
this could be an idea for a stand-up where you just go into heavy shit and then you throw out weird facts. It would be such an odd stand-up, but that is unique.
It is.
And it's funny. I'm sorry. I can't even get too serious because now I'm waiting for a fucking irrelevant Nick fact.
I
Yeah.
only got one left, so
Oh, good. It's hilarious.
this is fun.
It is fun.
When you were first saying, like, oh, for deep stuff, I have Nick facts, I was like, what does he mean? Now I get it.
Is he talking about ass play deep
Well,
stuff? A
Well, I
boy
thought
can
you were
hope.
gonna-
No,
I thought
check
you had
out.
like a trivia, like you were going to ask me or B and see if
Yeah.
we can guess it, but I like it like this.
Oh, that's fantastic.
No, and this is a thing I don't speak about. So like my guy friends listen to this. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you did what a few years ago?
so a lot of people don't know this side of you.
Excluding my girlfriend, really no.
Really?
It's not something I.
Well, now your girlfriend
about.
wasn't around.
An
It's
adult
hard for you
baby
to come clean
exclusive.
to her.
I mean, I told her before we started dating because she knew about the depression. So I was like, all right, if we're gonna like serious relationship, I should tell you I don't want to give you a surprise in like 2 years. Like, oh, hey, by the way.
Yeah.
When she opens the door and
Yeah,
you're
right.
fucking hanging.
How long have you been with your girlfriend now?
Almost 3 years.
3 years? All right, cool.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She
Thank
comes
you.
around a lot.
Yeah, big fan of comedy.
Yeah,
Does she listen to the adult babies?
No, she doesn't know the podcast exists.
yeah. She doesn't.
I like
listen.
when I
She
hear
doesn't
people
care.
listen.
Yeah,
I
he
figured
was
you
just
did.
disappointed.
Maybe we got 2 for 1.
Yes. Yes.
Well, she's listening to this episode, so
There we
Yeah.
go. That's a good listen.
yeah.
I think I brought it up on the podcast, but that a few weeks ago with that Billy Waters situation.
Oh, Billy
my
Waters,
God.
yeah. That
Did
was-
I don't know if I told you this. It was we were in
Do I know
Governors.
Billy Waters?
No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
This was talked about on every podcast, and I was like, yeah, he was touching some guy's girlfriend. I don't remember what happened.
Wait,
Like,
You tell the story.
me,
From,
I'm the guy.
yeah.
He was hitting on your girlfriend?
Yeah,
You
this-
tell
this old
You
ass
tell the
man.
story because it was
All right.
from your perspective.
All right. We're Saturday night. We do the there's an open mic at the Governor's Little Room that Stephen Rocco Pearl puts on for us.
Shout out to Stephen
Yeah,
Rocco
it's-
Perillo.
He's another guy we got to get on. You
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about him a lot.
Great.
Perillo records his podcast the same night as us.
So we'll do it another night.
Yeah.
We cater to people.
We do.
I mean, that guy really helped with Long Island comedy. If he
Yeah,
wasn't
he did.
around, I don't think I would have been doing open.
sure
I
did.
definitely would not be doing open mics. So I owe
He
him.
just
a,
runs
owe
a
him
ton
a
of
big
shows,
thank
right? Like
He
he's
runs
big,
a lot of
big
open
producer
mics.
of open mics and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
you. Supportive guy, very funny, knows
Great
his
guy.
stuff. So he throws together a show at the Little Room. It gives you like the newer guys up and coming. You're on a stage. You have the little Governor's backdrop on you. It's cool. I think that's my default photo on Instagram because I'm a tool. But like that's yeah.
No, you're not.
So
He's a narcissist.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
We're there one night, and this old ass man comes in. So Steven says to James Raniolo, a friend of the podcast, my A Squad member, got to give him a shout out. Big,
Shout out to James.
big fan of that guy. It's like, all right, I have an older guy here. It's his first night doing stand up. He's gonna come in, just like show him the ropes. Like, all right, this
And
old,
James was hosting this
yes,
night.
James was hosting.
Yeah.
This old ass man comes in and just like James, like, all right, you're gonna do 6 minutes. I'll give you the light at 5. You're the 10th guy here, whatever the number was.
I just want to get a picture in my head. When we say old, are we talking like
He looked like Don-
70s?
I would say
He looked like
70
Don
to
Rickles.
75.
Okay,
He looked like Don
okay, we're
Rickles.
like old.
Yeah.
It's not like, all right.
He came sporting dress shoes,
Yep.
green cargo shorts,
Gotta wear dress shoes with those.
a green plain T-shirt, and a blue blazer over it.
Yeah, you knew his whole attire.
Looked great. So as you walk in the door, there's maybe 30 people in this room. So my girlfriend and I were at the first table. So James runs through the whole deal with him. Like, all right, this is it. You're up 10th.
Are you going up this day, or are you just there
Yes,
to watch?
this is the worst show I've ever been on. It was so uncomfortable. So he walks in, and the first table to me and my girlfriend. She has a lot of tattoos, so he's just talking to her about her tattoos. I don't like tattoos. I don't like tattoos on a girl. She's like,
This
oh,
is him saying that?
to
Yeah.
her, she's so nice. I've never seen her in like a confrontation, so she'll like, oh, he's an old man. I'll be polite to him, and then
Is she also one of the girls who's so nice that doesn't realize that this guy's hitting on, like, giving him the benefit of the doubt where
Yeah,
he's not hitting on, he's just being nice, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, it's an old man, so I'm not threatened by this fella.
Yeah, but
but
you're
but
just
like
like,
as
all right.
as it's going on, like Brendan gives me a look, 2 of our other buddies give me a look, like, what is this guy
Because it
doing?
started like even before the mic
Oh,
started.
the mic didn't start. We were there.
He
This
was
is-
like, it was like just a weird vibe.
The guy honed in on your girl, and that
So-
was
Yeah.
like his prey
we
for the night.
we thought like, all right, maybe he'll make the rounds. So he sat by the first table, and then he'll go on to like Brendan.
Nope.
No, just there, and then the show starts, and he but we're at a 2-seater, so he just grabs a chair.
Oh, no way.
And then
You
pulls up the
get
chair
fuck
and
outta
puts
here.
it right next to her, like how you and I are sitting. So then they're all staring at me like, what's this guy doing?
His back was to the stage.
Yeah, he wasn't
too.
paying attention.
So he's just basically staring at your girl's eyes while she's trying to watch a show.
What I think happened is he kept asking, like, how do I get a drink? Who do I get a drink from? And he's an old man, so he asked her, like, do I get a drink from you? I'm like, all right, no, you don't get a drink from... Like,
You're the lady in the
She's-
room.
yeah.
Get me a drink.
Yeah, she's the waitress sitting down,
Yeah.
not wearing a governor's shirt. Like, yeah, you got her. Good job, pal.
Is she blatantly your boyfriend, your
Yes.
girlfriend at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, we
No,
were...
I'm because
Yeah.
he's working. I'm curious if she's just
No,
sitting
we
there
were
solo.
we were sitting down aggressively making out, and he no. so
I'm using like, oh,
so he's
all right.
he's looking for a drink, and then disappeared for like 25 minutes, and came back, and it was a different guy. So I'm like, oh, he probably got loaded at the bar. That's what I thought. and then decided, all right, let me sit with her.
Yeah.
So the first guy goes up, and he's just like heckling, and it wasn't like a heckle like boo or you suck. It was a positive heckle, but annoying.
He would be like,
You're funny.
he'd be like, yeah, I like that.
Good joke.
I like that.
He
Okay.
was a big fan of yours.
Yeah, he kept every punchline. He'd be like, yeah, it's a good one there. Yeah,
That's
this
funny.
guy's got something. I'm like, all right, thanks.
Big fan of yours. So I believe you were second.
Yeah, I was early on the list.
So the guy third was Andrew Bergen.
Yes.
So Andrew Bergen's on, and he says one joke, and Billy Waters decides,
I love this guy's name's Billy Waters.
we don't know if it's a real name or a stage name.
Yeah, who knows?
So I felt awful because Bergen's on stage, and the guy turns around, and then I could see him touch my girlfriend's thigh.
Oh, no.
yeah.
Because now you have to say something.
And he's an old man.
Even if you don't want and you're trying to do that, you have to.
Well,
yes.
you from my angle, it looked like you were trying.
You text me after, like I thought you were gonna kill him.
Because I was behind them, so from my angle, I was watching this all unfold, and Pat was doing his best to like be cool about it, but like just turn around, man, just turn around. And then once he
touched her.
Yeah, I had to scold
In
him.
COVID, you don't touch people. First off,
yeah,
I'm not even getting to the point where it's another man's girlfriend.
For those men listening, don't touch a random female.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was getting to in today's day and age with Me Too, COVID, and on top of that,
just not a good idea.
it's just not a good idea. She's got a boyfriend too, who's apparently twice the size of this guy.
So I had why? Because I'm fat chick?
No, you
we
said-
don't know the man. I didn't
a
get.
small old man.
No, he's a
By the
big.
way, Pat, I will say you look like somebody that I wouldn't want to mess with.
Thank you.
Like,
I'm a nice
But
fella.
I tell you what
But
looks
you-
deceiving.
I
I
know-
know somebody who looks similar to him with the beard and looks like, and he's the nicest man I've ever met. And I was going to ask you, do you have temper, like a history of, like, are you a fighter or not really?
In my 20s, huge bar fighter.
you were a bar fighter.
Huge bar fighter.
See, I don't.
But it
Is
would.
that your cat? I never
No,
know.
no, no.
Being
It would-
serious.
I could see it in him, but like since I know you,
Well,
I
that's
don't.
why if he has it
Yeah.
in him, I'm surprised you didn't.
It
knock
was
this guy
never
out.
It was never like I'm gonna go out and fight a random dude. It was never that intent. It happened to be like I'd be at a bar and see like the last few ones I saw, it was a guy inappropriately touching a girl, and then
That sets you off.
yeah, and then like all right, stop. So I was like, all right, I have to get involved. I'm gonna be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the majority. That's the majority of the bar fights. Like all right, he's saying something like. I remember I was out and this guy called one of my friend's girlfriends, who I do not like. I'm not a fan of her.
Doesn't
but,
matter.
But he called her a cunt. So I did what I did to the fella, and I said to her, I was like, listen, you know I don't like you, but I will not let a man speak to you like that.
Yeah.
I'll call you that, not him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call you that. I will call you that behind your back, but not to your. Yeah, he.
Oh, that's great.
Oh
so
man.
those are the bar fights. It's just.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
So you
So the guy
got
touches her leg, and what happens?
He's too old. I had to scold him. Like I'm not gonna knock
but like,
out.
did you like grab him, or you just
Hand on
point finger.
hand on the shoulder and just
yeah.
hey, sir?
He sat him down. Yeah.
I scolded a man twice my
Did he
age.
listen?
He was quiet the entire time, and then I was the next guy on stage.
Didn't he get offended though? Like he was like,
Did he hate you?
Hey,
when
I-
you were on stage.
"You want to take it outside?" Didn't he do?
No,
something
no,
like
he
that?
said, he,
No,
said
he
that, he said
didn't.
that to Zach
He said to Zach.
at,
Okay.
at another night.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I knew he
Picks his
said.
people
did.
wisely.
And then he got mad. He got mad at Bergen too, because Bergen asked him if he was a veteran.
Yes.
He's like, "You don't believe me," and I don't believe
Why
he
is
was.
he wearing a veteran hat?
He said
I
he
think
was in the
saying
Navy.
it. Oh no! You know what it was? Early in
Not
the
for nothing,
show,
real veterans wear it on their head.
Yeah, they do.
They love it and walk it. Like
they James Raniolo earlier in the night told him to turn around and pay attention and be quiet. And he's like you're gonna make a veteran with bad knees turn around or something like that. It was something.
well,
said
you
like
know
yeah,
what?
when-
sir?
when
you
he-
should have been facing that way to begin
Yeah.
with.
When he came in, the first thing he said is, so he's like, all right, just take a seat wherever. I have bad hips. I can't sit. Like,
Yeah.
what?
And fucking
That's
sit.
what. That's how he started it out
What are we
with.
doing here? Ugh, yeah.
Loved it.
I wish you would have punched this guy.
I literally thought he was gonna, because once I saw you stand up, I was like, uh oh.
Was your girlfriend giving you the eyes like, please get this guy away?
Well, in the beginning, I enjoyed it because I could tell like he was he wasn't being like a total creep yet.
Yeah.
It was just like old man rambling. I was like,
Yeah, okay.
that's what you get. Yeah, soak
Yeah.
that in. And then when it went into creep, I was like,
Now I gotta step
I
in.
can't have that. I'm sorry, Billy Waters.
How was his
I'm
set,
so
by the way?
Billy
I didn't stay for his set.
Billy Waters was blinded by the lights. He didn't like it.
Yeah.
And the microphone was too loud for his ears. So he stood to the side of the stage and just
Yelled at everybody.
talked
from
about God knows what for 9 minutes.
Oh my god!
So
At that point, I had already left. I was like, I
Part of
can't.
me wants to see this Billy Waters cat. And then
I have a photo I'll show you after. So
Yeah, let's see if-
that's Saturday night.
You can't see him anymore because he's banned, right?
Banned. So that Saturday night, and he came in his nice, insane wardrobe. So the Wednesday night, like he hosts the mic at Alibi. There's another mic at Jack's. I looked at a photo of him and I was like, I think I have this exact type of costume I could put on.
That's right,
So I
yes.
came dressed as Billy Waters, and I didn't tell anybody what I'm doing. It's like Brendan comes in, he's like,
I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing?
what are you wearing? And so then he starts the open mic, and he's like, and up next we have Pat Dunn, Billy Waters. I was like,
By the way,
yeah.
I didn't know his name was Billy Waters at that point because I left right after my
I
set.
went to two
Genius.
open mics looking like
It
a
was great.
psychopath, and then after,
And you did him as Billy Waters?
no, I just did it as my own jokes, but
No,
after,
but I mean, you should have did your jokes as Billy Waters.
because I
Start
wouldn't remember
grabbing
his
random
jokes.
women.
He just rambled about God knows what.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about turning that into a bit? I have this character now as Billy Waters.
Yeah. The whole Billy Waters.
I retired him because I'm assuming he's dead.
He's
knows?
dead to the Long Island comedy scene. Yeah, he's got banned from Governors. This guy. That's how bad it was.
That's fantastic,
Yeah.
though. Stuff like that, I find like it just makes me. Like,
It's hilarious.
It's so great.
You know what? Because every other night is so the same stuff. All right, we're all just gonna get on.
you
we're
need a
gonna tell
little,
joke.
a little something to break it up.
And something like that. Well, all right, now we could talk about this for the next 3 weeks.
For the next
you know,
month.
It's like, oh, you see Billy? What you hear? What happened with this guy? He told Zach he wants to take him outside. Zach Zorovich, another friend of the podcast.
So
Oh,
great.
that's fantastic.
Love it.
Yeah.
But do you have anything else that you need to plug? Shows or anything that you're plugging?
I am-
Instagram or.
I am on a show this Thursday.
Ooh.
I like to get our
Thursday
plugs out
is-
before we forget.
Of course, me too.
Thursday's date is the 9th. I will be at Lithology across the street. Comedy Untapped, a little show by John Sell and Danny Zaglin. They were nice.
Fun show. And by the way, I think this is the first show back.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yep.
The last one, there was whatever storm we had like 2 months ago knocked out the power for Lithology. So
Yes.
they are nice enough to put me on. I appreciate them. And for you guys listening, if you don't put me on shows, I will try to kill myself a third time. So
Guys, please see Pat Dunn.
Oh, Pat Dunn. Wasn't there a Pat? What was the guy's name? It was Brian. No, what was the Dunn? The guy, wasn't there a guy in that group with Steve-O and all them?
Ryan Dunn?
Ryan Dunn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another guy with a great beard.
Yeah.
Ended too soon, Pat. Don't do it.
Well, again, I'll give you my number after this.
All right.
But I do have some picks.
You do?
Yes.
All right.
I have a lot of picks, and I almost lost all of my picks. I told you I deleted.
He deletes everything on his
Let me
phone.
rephrase
I've heard of this.
I delete a lot of things, but this is not something I ever delete.
Okay.
This was a complete accident. I went there to look at it, and it was gone. I might have did it in like a passing out, fucking around with it, and deleted it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like that cough.
No,
There it is.
This is all smoking.
Uh-huh.
So the first one is there's a documentary that just came out on Netflix about Bob Ross.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
So good.
I
It's
love
called
it.
Bob Ross Happy Accidents,
Yep.
Betrayal, and Greed. It's on Netflix. And it's basically just about his partners being complete pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Animals.
Yeah.
So I felt so bad for Bob Ross and his son.
Yes.
Well, I feel like his son got it worse than because his son didn't, like his whole, like he didn't get anything.
Yeah, he didn't
literally
get
got
what,
nothing.
like
He literally got nothing.
inheritance. By the way, I had no idea he like died from
He died
cancer
young.
that young.
56, I
I
think?
didn't realize
Yeah.
how young he was, but I did know he died from cancer. I actually thought he died from AIDS.
Really?
I don't know why. I just thought he died from AIDS.
What do you think he was painting with? Bamboo blood.
I had no idea that part of the story.
But I didn't. Yeah, no, I did not know that either. The other one is the Untold Stories. Remember they had the Malice in the Palace.
Great.
Dude, that whole series is
So the latest one, I think it was whatever. The one with Caitlyn Jenner.
it was great.
I did not. I was like, do I want to watch this? Because I thought it was just going to be like shoving the LGBTQ.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, that was it.
I have no,
Whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought
uh,
it was going to be like shove it down your throat. Which,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I'm not against it. I didn't want to. I wasn't going to be interested in watching.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I knew nothing about his Olympics, so it was her Olympics. At the time, it was him, and
All
he
right,
says
fair
he
enough.
won it, not
He
her.
did.
It was just a really interesting story.
It was a great story.
It was a very good doc.
What else was on there? There was another
So
one.
they
too.
have Caitlyn Jenner. They had the
Malice at the Palace.
Malice at the Palace.
The Trashers.
Dude,
that was
so good.
That was the other.
that was my other pick. I think I don't even know if I had it on here.
Sorry,
yet.
chick.
No, I won't even put that one. I'll make those the same thing. Untold Stories, The Trashers.
The Trashers might have been my favorite. It
Dude,
was
because
so
I thought
good.
that kid you think's gonna be a tool,
Yeah,
and maybe he was,
right.
but he does not come off like he was likable in that documentary.
He was
He
portrayed
was.
very well in that documentary.
He was.
Early on, I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna like
Right?
the
You
trailer.
look at him, you're
So
like, oh, this kid's gonna be the worst.
So
and
the
he was
Trashers,
actually good.
The Trashers. It was about a hockey
Mob
team.
bosses. Well, no, it's a mob
A mob,
boss.
yeah.
Gave his son a UHL, bought a UHL team.
Yeah, in Connecticut.
And let his son manage it, and then he just got a bunch of. He built, like they said, a very good,
great
team.
hockey team.
And they just fought everybody though.
It was
and
hilarious.
They named themselves Trashers after the sanitation department because that's what they were involved in.
I watched that today. It was very
That
good.
was
Great
one
is
of
the
my
logo's
favorites.
a trash can with a hockey stick.
Yes,
Dude,
that was one of my favorite ones. I
didn't realize it was only on 1 year. They only lasted one
I know.
year, and they made it to the finals.
I had no idea who they even were.
Or the guy who got into the fight, who got knocked out, and then he came back, and the whole thing was the
Oh
brawl.
my god, yes, dude, it was so good.
It was so. And
Like
they-
if you like wrestling, if you like hockey, if you like sports, if you
and then
like
the other one was about that female boxer.
That was a great
yeah,
That was very
great
good.
too.
I didn't know her story either.
Are there going to be more, or is that
They're
done?
doing it's a whole series. I think there's a few more.
I watched one
so
today. It was
Yeah, there's a new one that just came out.
it's on a tennis player.
Was it
I watched it. I didn't know the name, but it covered mental health.
Naomi Osaka?
No, it was-
that was
no,
another-
no, it's an older person.
okay.
I'm not going to know the name. I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry to waste your time.
They're doing a lot of good series. The other one, so yeah, I have The Untold. I did Bob Ross, and the other one was a series called Superstar on ABC. You know that Kobe thing that came out not that long ago? It was
Yeah.
Superstar. It was about Kobe. I didn't realize it's a series.
Oh,
So they had it. It's Kobe.
what's it on?
It's on. I seen it on Hulu. I think it's an ABC series, but it's on Hulu. They've done Kobe, John Ritter, Whitney Houston, and Richard Pryor so far.
Okay.
Oh, I
And
haven't
they're
watched
all
any of them.
excellent.
Okay.
So those will be my 3 picks. I'll do those 2.
All right. I'm interested in all three of those guys. I would.
The
definitely-
Ritter one's good too.
I would think
Ritter's
the
got a
Ritter one's
really
good.
interesting
Yeah,
story.
He does.
Dude, did I ever tell you my John Ritter story? I never met him, but I went to one of my best friends. His last name is Ritter, and and we went to Montreal for his 21st birthday. We go up there and we stay at some weird Holiday Inn, whatever. It wasn't a fancy hotel, and they come down when we check in, and they thought that he was John Ritter.
Okay.
His name is Sean, and I guess the way he said Sean sounded like John. And the people that check in, they were like laughing. They were like, "We thought you were gonna be John Ritter, the famous actor." And he's like, "No, it's just me, Sean."
So that's the Boston accent you need.
Yeah,
Mix up Sean and John.
that could be you after.
You sound like Susan Waltman. All right, John.
All right, John.
Oh, the Yankees are the worst. Their announcers. Their announcers are the worst.
I love
enjoy them.
I love Michael Kay. I will die on this hill.
Listen. I don't hate Michael
There
Kay.
are no Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling, and Gary Cohen.
I'm a Red Sox fan, so that means something.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I'm not even
I
talking
know.
about the team as much.
The
just
Mets-
the
the Mets
announcers.
do-
The Mets announcers are
The
second
Mets
to
do have a
none.
great
Top
announcement. I love those guys.
The team
By the
is
way,
trash.
a 30 for 30 with the 86 Mets guys.
Yes.
Coming out next week.
It's good.
Is it next week or the weekend? Whatever.
Whatever
I
it
read
is.
a book called The Bad Guys Won by I think Ron Perlman wrote it.
Ron Perlman from the Sons of Anarchy.
No,
Rhea Perlman
Bruce
wrote it.
Perlman maybe. It could be Ron Perlman.
Bruce Perlman is the guy that started all the boy bands.
Dude, some people
Get
have
it
the
right.
same fucking name. Let me see who wrote this now.
I think Rhea Perlman wrote
Rhea
it.
Perlman wrote
No,
it.
it's a
Was
dude.
it Danny DeVito?
Yeah.
No, I hate both of you. So, the
Bruce
book,
Pearl.
The Year the Bad Guys Won, is a fucking excellent book about the 86 Mets.
All right.
Extremely detailed, and it's hysterical.
All right. I could be into
They're fucking nut jobs.
the 86 Mets are I'm very
Well, I have a
interested in
feeling this documentary is just going to put into pictures what that book was all about. Because the book is a very detailed version of that whole. This guy traveled with the team that year.
Oh,
and on the plane ride home, he's from when they won the National League pennant in Houston. They did, I think it was $1.4 million worth of damage on the plane.
No, really?
On the way home from Houston to New York. They said so many wives were throwing up on the plane that when they landed and there was a whole crowd waiting for them in New York that they had to clean everybody
The
up.
wives were throwing up?
Because they had a party. They just won that team was nuts.
Yeah.
Half the team did coke in the dugout.
Yeah.
They were nuts.
I mean, you take a look at that roster.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got Lenny Dykstra, you got
Dude, they were
Hernandez, you got
absolutely
Gooden,
fucking
and
nuts. And they just destroyed the
Strawberry.
plane. And they were partying and they were they were drinking and throwing up. You're on a plane. And they said it was just they were nervous when they were getting off the plane. They had to clean everybody up.
Oh, I can't.
I think the docuseries is going to focus about how they won the one where they could have won
Well,
three.
that
Yeah.
was
That
Frank Cash and destroyed the team. The book gets into what they did. The team was better in 87 or 88. One of those years, they thought they had a better team than they did in 86.
Yeah.
But he dismantled the whole roster because of some of the Gooden and
Strawberry
were
Yeah.
troublemakers.
Strawberry went to
They
the
said
Dodgers.
they put a lot of the bullshit on Kevin Mitchell, who wasn't a troublemaker. He just had a bad
Yeah,
reputation.
he's just a solid outfielder,
So they
too.
traded Kevin. They dismantled the team.
Yeah.
And it was the worst. They should have kept them together, even though they were what they were. That team should have won 3-4 World Series.
Yeah, it should have been. It should have been.
They were that good, and young. They were fucking good, young, with they were good. But
Well, it
it's the
could have been-
Mets. And instead we got the one though. That one is a great one though.
But it's a great one. It's a legendary team.
Yeah.
86 Mets are a legendary
They were
team.
106 wins, I think they won that year.
Yeah. And just, I mean, the backstories with everybody.
Oh,
just,
they got into brawls every week.
Yeah.
The
I'm
team had so
really
many
excited
brawls.
for that.
They were fight. Oh, it was great.
I'm excited.
If
All
it's
right.
anything like the book, the documentary is going to be great.
All right, good. Looking
But
forward to that.
yeah, do you have anything else you want to plug, Pat?
That's it. I'm on the one show, and then
Did you like my picks?
I did. I saw 2 out of 3. Wow.
Do you generally like my picks?
I do. The last one I really liked was the music box. The one about
The music box one was that about Woodstock? No,
Yes, it was.
It was okay.
that was
the
a
Woodstock
solid
one.
I was listening to the episode, heard it, and I was like, all right, I think that's right up my alley.
Watch the Paul McCartney stuff. I think I mentioned that one.
Yeah.
That's an excellent documentary.
Okay, I will
It's him
check.
and Rick Rubin
Yeah.
talking about him making all the Beatles records.
Love Rick Rubin.
Fantastic.
And what's your Instagram so the fans could follow you?
My Instagram is Dunn Zig, DUNNZIG. If you're a fan of the band Danzig, which none of you are,
Yeah.
it's my last name.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
He's
Mother.
heard it. He's heard it.
The hit song.
And we have a little gift for you for being on the podcast.
Thank you,
I've been
guys.
getting it much easier out of the box lately.
Yeah, well, you know what? I opened the box before the show
okay.
starts.
I didn't want to tip your hand, but I saw it.
Yeah. It's
That's how it's done, kids.
yeah. So
The work behind the scenes.
yeah.
It goes a long way.
we're smooth. We give you our mug and that's it. So tell your friends and family that listen to the Adult Babies.
If you made it this far, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me,
Dude,
guys.
Pat, that was a fun episode.
This was
man.
I do what
actually
I can.
A lot of fun.
I really appreciate you coming on. That was
You
a
got
lot.
2 friends
Yeah,
for
man.
life here. You call us if you ever need anything.
Yep.
Thank you,
And
guys.
yeah, until the next time.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come back.
Definitely.
Thank you.